Hi, I hope you can hear me. There's a torrential rain and I feel so inspired to make this video today. Well, this video is about planting our gardens in torrential rain. Huh, so that gave me an idea. You know, when there's a storm in our life, we have tendency to start thinking in negative ways. And those negative ways in which we think are weeds in our beautiful garden. So when I look around my garden of life, and each of us has our own little garden, when I look in my garden, the way I know whether it's a beautiful garden is by the way I feel. And I choose how I feel every day. I am very vigilant to what I plant in my garden. The seeds that I introduce will change the quality of the atmosphere in my garden. And the seeds are the thoughts that I choose to welcome. Because my attention, where I place my attention, matters. Do I place my attention on things I don't want in my garden to grow? And we are already placing attention on things we don't want on autopilot. This is how we've been conditioned. But we are sovereign beings, and our attention we have power over. So at any point in time, we can choose to take our power back, our attention back from things that we don't want to cultivate. So, for example, if there is a conflict in your relationship and you find yourself thinking negative thoughts about the person that you're interacting with, you can pause and choose differently. Because the thoughts we have about that person only perpetuate the same behavior in that person. Our attention creates. Our beliefs are powerful. So if I think about the person, for example, at my work, that they are not caring enough about their job, for example, and I judge them for the quality of work they produce, this is how I solidify that experience for me. And the next day, the same scenario perpetuates itself, that the jobs won't get done properly. Now I have a choice. I can believe that this person is trying, that this person is improving, that this person is going to get better and better at what they're doing. Or I can say, they're not good enough, they don't care, they lazy. What do you think I'm gonna get if I focus on the negative aspects? Is this what I actually want? No. So every time we find ourselves spiraling down, it's time to reverse. It's time to reverse it and ask ourselves, is this what I really want? So back to our garden. The thoughts we think. I was going to say the thoughts we think matter, but it's the thoughts that we give attention to. So there will be lots of thoughts that we think. There will be all, positive and negative and in between. But what do we want to give our attention to? Does matter. So we can let the ones that we don't want pass by without grasping, because we are already existing before the thought arises. We are the awareness in which thoughts arise. So that's our power to know that. We are the ones, we are the awareness that's prior to any emotion arising. And that's our power to know that. We cannot be affected by thoughts or emotions unless we give our power to them, our attention to them. But I want to grow a beautiful garden. A garden of health, prosperity, joy, harmony. How can I grow a garden in which harmony abides if my mind is full of attack thoughts? It takes two people to have a conflict. So if I withdraw my attack thoughts and my attack words, there's no conflict. I want to plant beautiful seeds, beautiful blossoming, fragrant garden in which my nervous system can relax. But if I have fearful thoughts and I believe them, the nervous system will not be able to relax in that garden. But let's say a fearful thought arises and I just let it pass. I didn't give it any energy. The energy that I didn't give that can be used to create something beautiful, something that is best for everyone. There are some other seeds that come that we often unaware of. The thoughts that are, repeated. The conditioned thoughts that just get passed on unconsciously from person to person to person to person. For example, to do with age, memory, eyesight. Have you heard? I often hear people say my eyesight's getting worse with age. I never think those things because it's not something I want. And just because in the past I observed someone, their consciousness maybe was on that level. but I want to see differently. I want to believe differently. I want to experience differently. So I eliminated the seeds of doubt from my garden, the seeds of I can't achieve something from my garden, the seeds that it's gonna take a long time from my garden. I cultivate the beliefs that serve me and everyone around me. You know, when I believe that somebody, let's say somebody's attacking me, and I have two choices. One is to attack them back because I believe that, you know, their attack means something. I can choose not to make it mean anything about me or them. But usually, what it means is that they are calling for love. Perhaps in not the best ways, right? But the best ways they know how in that moment. Their consciousness is at that level. But am I gonna lower my consciousness if I can be aware that they are calling for love? No. If I have awareness, and if I remember, I have two choices. One, to respond with fear, the other, to respond with love. What is it that I really want? This answer is simple. In every situation, we all want more love. Imagine that in that moment our heart can stay open. This requires initially a lot of presence. So cultivating presence every day. The more you cultivate the presence, the more love flows through you. Because you don't make things mean anything about you. This links with my work, where we look at unconscious beliefs about ourselves, because when we're really triggered and we cannot see a call for love from the other person, it's only because we believe that it means something about us unconsciously. And it's all very innocent. You know, for example, one of my triggers was people that people don't listen to me, or I'm not heard, I don't have a voice. That really used to trigger me if I would speak to someone about something, but they would completely dismiss what I was saying. But because I believed I had no voice, there was the reflection. But I had no voice was created when I was a child. This was no longer applicable. You know, I could have asked for now, instead of being hurt by it, triggered by it, I could have asked for them to repeat what I said, look for evidence where I was actually hurt in other situations to drop the belief. Simply, you know, treat it as a misunderstanding that didn't mean anything about me. But when things don't mean anything about me, then there's a space for clarification, for response, for, just equal exchange of information. Excuse me. So our power lies in the seeds that we allow to be planted in our garden. Those seeds are thoughts. And we have the power to give power to those seeds, to those thoughts. As soon as we give attention to it, it gets planted and germinates. So I hope that you go inspired to be more mindful with the seeds that you're planting in your garden. Let's make our gardens so beautiful that we each want to visit them, visit each other's gardens. If you would like to work with me, the links are in the description below. I help people plant new seeds in their garden to realize the ones that they've already planted, pull them out and, pull them out for good so they can grow beautiful gardens consciously. Okay, so much love. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Subscribe if you liked it. I would love to see you again. Bye.